Hi Twin Flames, and welcome to my channel. This is the Dream Medium. Before we get started, I just want to let you guys know that this is a twin flame reading. For those of you who do believe that you're in a twin flame connection, we're going to be looking into your divine masculine's life. What are they going through? How are they feeling? What are they currently dealing with? And also let me know if you guys would like me to do a reading just like this, but about the divine feminine, okay? So, you guys, when I tell you that I'm so upset right now, I started this reading earlier and I was really getting into it. I'm telling you guys, this reading is going to be so juicy because when I started it, I had already shuffled the cards. You guys know I always show my shuffling. I'm not the kind of reader to just, place random cards on the table and make up a story. I don't do that. I'm way too straightforward for that. But as I was starting on your reading, I started on this Two of Swords. I was getting into it, you guys. I'm telling you, something's going on in your divine masculine's life. And I was trying to pretty much be nosy and tell you what's going on in his life. And then the camera just stopped working and the footage didn't save. Oh my gosh. But you know what? It just makes me even more determined to get this message to you. And I'm just really glad that I started on the Two of Swords. So it happened in the beginning of your reading. If it would have happened towards the end, I would have given up. I'm not even gonna lie. I would have been like, I don't want to talk all of that over again. But thankfully, it happened when I started on the first card in this spread. So trying to remember everything that I pretty much saw, I pulled out the Two of Swords. So these are just the clarity cards, okay? So I shuffled the cards about 4 times, and the question that was asked is, what's going on in the divine masculine's life? How is he feeling? What is he dealing with? And then I pulled out these six cards. So it was the Two of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, King of Wands, 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands, and 9 of Pentacles. Then I started on the Two of Swords. What I heard very clearly with the Two of Swords is that he is being redirected. That was the word. Redirected. It's almost like someone was it's like he took a detour or something, like redirected, okay? Then I asked for clarity cards just to look more into the Two of Swords. And that is when I got the Seven of Wands, 7 of Wands, King of Cups, and the Tower. So, starting with the Two of Swords, this is typically a person. This is the divine masculine. And I feel like, once upon a time, he was very conflicted about this situation. And I'm hearing he was confused about what to believe. So there were too many chatters in his ears. Let's just say that, Divine masculines do tend to rely on people too much. They tend to rely on people too much for guidance. It's like they can never make a decision on their own. And then they end up getting too many people involved in their personal life and too many people wanting to give their irrelevant opinions on what he should do. With the Two of Swords, I also saw that the divine masculine was so close to taking a step towards you. I mean, he was super duper close, but something happened and he took a step back. All right. But this Two of Swords, I kept on hearing that he got redirected. So I feel like what I saw very clearly is he was in his feelings about something pertaining to you. For a lot of you, it's going to vary about what it was that he was in his feelings about. When I say he was in his feelings, he was hurting about something that happened between the two of you. So out of frustration, he decided to turn his back. As he turned his back to go towards the karmic, right? A lot of you guys are in a situation where there is a third party, and I'm very strongly picking up on that. And we're going to spill the tea on that third party. So he decides for some reason, and I feel like a lot of you guys are probably dealing with like no communication, but the thing is, this is your twin. So even if there's not any communication, they can still pick up on what you're doing. And a lot of the divine masculines felt like you were detaching from him. So out of frustration, he pretty much threw a tantrum. And I feel like a lot of you guys could feel this because he started to get detached as well. Threw a tantrum, try to go back to that toxic karmic situation. But of course, the heart wants what it wants, okay? So for a split second, the karmic thought, you know what? He's coming back. It always happens. Every time he tries to go back or go towards the divine feminine, I always find a way to block him from doing so. He always comes right back. It's almost like the karmic feels like the divine feminine is just an idea in the karmic's mind because, let me say it again. It's almost like the karmic feels that the divine feminine is just an idea in the divine masculine's mind because he could never physically go towards you. It's all in his head. He thinks about you so much, but she has yet to see him actually go towards you. So she got comfortable with this. She's the karmic, and let me stop saying she because a lot of you guys, you could be, even though this is specifically for divine masculines, these are just energies, but the karmic got used to it. The karmic got used to this sort of dynamic where it's like, yeah, I know that the divine masculine's heart is for the divine feminine, but the divine masculine can never have the strength to go towards her, to go towards the divine feminine. So as long as the divine masculine is physically with me, I'm fine with it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of unfortunate, the fact that the karmic is so okay with this. But back to the story. He tried to go back to the karmic, to the toxicity, but something happened, okay? Something happened because when I looked at the Seven of Wands, what I heard was exposed. I heard that the divine masculine pretty much got exposed to someone who was very close to him. This person was so close. The divine masculine could even consider this person a good friend. And something about them was exposed to the divine masculine. It was almost like a light bulb moment. I'm pretty sure that the angels in heavens were rejoicing because it's like, finally, you idiot. Finally, you see what this person has been doing to you all this time. For a lot of you, the karmic could be a relative, it could be a friend. For most of you, it is an actual person, romantic love interest or past lover of the divine masculine. But the thing is, I feel like the divine masculine has been underestimating the karmic's abilities to really be manipulative and sneaky, like a snake. That was the word that kept on coming in my head the first time that I read this Two of Swords, like a snake. Because it seems like the karmic had become a professional at placing traps and obstacles in the divine masculine's life just to trap him to be with them. And I'm telling you guys, it may be so obvious to you about how sneaky and wicked the karmic is, but it's not evident to the divine masculine. At least for the longest time, it wasn't evident. The divine masculine underestimated this person. The The divine masculine saw this person as innocent, oh, naive, oh yeah, they would never do such a thing. They wouldn't do that to me. They're the sweetest person. They're very kind. They would never do that to me. It's almost like considering someone close to you, confiding in them, and not even realizing that that person is your enemy. Doing things, this particular, like I said, for some of you, it's a friend of his, it's a relative, it's a past lover who doesn't want to let him go. This karmic was underestimated by the divine masculine. The divine masculine was blinded by what this person was doing. And it's so dangerous because this person was super close to the divine masculine. This person had all access to the divine masculine's life. Setting traps for him, knowing every detail of his life, which is why this person was pretty much his worst enemy, because this person knew everything about him. He would probably confide in this person, not knowing that it's this person that was causing him troubles. I'm trying to find an example to give to you guys so that you can understand how evil this is. It's almost like, spending time with someone who's close to you, right? And you've known this person for a long time, you trust them, you don't feel like they would do anything. The second you turn your back, let's say the two of you are eating, okay? You guys are like having lunch. The second you turn away from your food, they poison it. You drink the poison and you start complaining about your stomach. You're like, oh my gosh, my stomach hurts. And they're like, oh really? Oh my gosh, what happened? Wow, are you okay? Let's go home. When it was them who put it in your drink, when it was them who poisoned you. That's how blinded they were. I know that example is kind of funny, but I'm really trying to get you guys to see how sneaky this person is and how they were getting away with their deception, how they were getting away with this evil tactics that they were doing. They were getting away with it because the divine masculine and other people saw this particular person as innocent, as sweet, oh, kind. Oh yeah, they would never do something like that to me. And so the exposing, once the divine masculine was exposed to this particular person and their deceitful ways, the divine masculine started to trace every single problem and obstacles in his life came from this specific person. It's like your worst enemy was right under your nose this whole time. That's very dangerous, you guys. That's very dangerous. And it took the divine masculine a very long time to realize this, because he, the divine masculine, was just taking this person to be innocent, to be sweet, kind. Oh, this person has done so much for me. They would do anything for me. Yes, they would do anything for you, divine masculine, because you're dealing with an individual who is only nice, who is only sweet in order to get you to be with them. And that is how a lot of the divine masculines get stuck to the karmic, is because the karmic is constantly reminding the divine masculine of the things that they have done for the divine masculine. But the truth is, when you do kind things, you don't do it because you're looking for something in return, because you're trying to get a person or give someone a reason to be with you. This particular person is the kind to go above and beyond for people. And it's not to be nice. It's almost to make a person feel obligated to keep them in their life, so that when they do something wrong, that person will feel guilty to remove them from their life. That person will be like, oh, well, the karmic, did help me out with this. The karmic did do this and that for me. Even though the karmic is kind of, being strange, the karmic did something really wrong to me, but the karmic did a lot of nice things to me in the past. So I can't be mean and let them go. I can't be mean and let the karmic go. Is that making sense to you guys? It's like this person, a lot of people, and not just the divine masculine, a lot of the people who know the karmic think that the karmic is just the sweetest person, would never harm anyone. But it's all a facade, so that when the karmic does these evil things, they will not be a suspect. And so when the divine masculine, when it finally clicked that pretty much all the blockage, all the obstacles that he had to deal with in his life, this whole time, it came from one person. It was caused by one person, the karmic. Think of this individual. I know I've been pointing at this card, but I've been pointing at this card when I was talking about the karmic, but this card, this individual here that you see is actually the divine masculine, who is seeing the traps that the karmic put in place. And he's ready. He's ready for the fight. Seeing through the karmic's manipulative tactics, trying to make it so hard for the divine masculine to leave them. Wow. This karmic is very, very wicked. I mean, I hardly use that word, but this is scary. This is very scary. The level of control that you would want to have over someone's life so that they will stay with you. It's disgusting. It's pathetic. It's wrong. You can't force someone to be with you. In clarity of the Two of Swords, you do have the King of Cups. Oh my gosh. He's planning something here. He's trying to trick the karmic. The divine masculine is trying to trick the karmic. But he has something for this karmic, and it's going to turn her world upside down. The thing is, a lot of the divine masculines are actually very intelligent people, very smart people, but the problem with them is their need to please people. They're very empathetic, and that is why this karmic has played on their empathy. But they're very smart. I would say the divine masculine is far smarter than the karmic, because the karmic uses the same tactics. The karmic has done this to other people, especially other lovers from her past. This is how the karmic works. This is how the karmic navigates. This is how the karmic gets what she wants. Through pretending to be something she's not, pretending to be this perfect, sweetest, kindest, to get people to cater to her, to get what she wants from people. It's so like it really creeps me out. But with this King of Cups, man, the karmic better watch out, because this King of Cups knows how to play the game right. He's putting her in a trap. He's putting her in a trap. That's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to expose his moves. Because a lot of these karmics are aware and do watch tarot readings. You know, they do use it as an advantage over the divine masculine. Wow. This video is going to be longer than usual, but you guys just bear with me. And then here you have the Tower. She's going to be exposed. The karmic will be exposed. Let me stop saying she, but the karmic will be exposed. And it's going to be publicly. It's going to be a really big humiliation. And the karmic will not see this coming at all. Because for all the karmic knows, she has always gotten her way. That's how good she sets these traps. That's how much of a control she has. Next, you have the Seven of Pentacles. The Magician. Nine of Cups. So, sorry you guys, my chair is kind of loud, but you have the Seven of Pentacles next. And what I heard with the Seven of Pentacles is you reap what you sow. A person can only get away with wronging, manipulating, trapping people, belittling people. Some of the karmics have belittled this divine masculine. It may not have been like verbal, they may not have insulted this karmic, but it's the little things through manipulation, where when the divine masculine doesn't do what the karmic wants, the karmic will react very inappropriately. Maybe even for some of them, they've threatened to do things to themselves. And then the divine masculine feels like they're responsible to prevent the karmic from hurting themselves. It's so vile. It's so I'm so disgusted. This reading is something else. But with the Seven of Pentacles, this is pretty much the karmic realizing that they may have gotten their way for the longest time, but now it's time for their karma. There's karma on their side. They may have gotten, some fulfillments, temporary fulfillments, through this manipulation. Even though I see that their relationship with the divine masculine was so incredibly unstable, very on and off. It's like 1 second they're happy, the next second they're not. It's because his heart was never really into this connection. And all the fulfillment that the karmic was getting was through forcing the divine masculine. But it fulfilled them. It fulfilled the karmic. But now the karmic is realizing that, those fulfillments were just temporary. And now the karmic is having to deal with karma. This journey has ended between the two of them. It's ended. And now they're waiting for their karma. They know it. Wow. In clarity of the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Cups. Greed. Greed. Some may classify the divine masculine as greedy, and I'm not saying that he's not, but I'm here to say that the karmic is greedy as well. Because the karmic is the kind of person who constantly wants more and more and more. Constantly wants more of the divine masculine, always wanting him to do this, wanting him to do that, wanting him to give her this. It's like, man, does this person ever just calm down? I feel like a lot of the karmics don't understand that the divine masculine cannot bring them happiness until they themselves are happy in their own life. So it's like now the karmic has gotten everything, right? Through manipulation. It's like, here you go, you got it, you got everything you want. But the fun is over because karma's coming for you. Next, you have the Magician. I do feel like with the Magician, this is the karmic. This is the karmic now trying to do the right thing. I feel like the karmic has not only been exposed to the divine masculine, but I feel like the karmic has been exposed to someone in the divine masculine's close circle as well. It could be the divine masculine's close friend, relative. You see, the way the karmic works is through forming close bonds with the divine masculine's relatives and friends, so that even if they separate, he would still have to deal with the karmic, because the karmic pretty much, for example, like if the divine masculine has a best friend, the karmic will try to be his best friend as well. Will try to be friends with his best friend as well, so that when things go wrong between the two of them, the karmic will then go to his best friend, and try to poison his ears so that he will persuade the divine masculine to stay with the karmic. Does that make sense, you guys? It's like it's really trapping. It's giving no room for a person to get away from you, because every person that they know, you have become good friends with them as well. And it was intentionally done. It was intentionally done by the karmic. That's why I said the karmic is not smarter than the divine masculine. The karmic is just excellent at pretending, at putting up this facade. But the karmic uses the same tactics, which is why the second the divine masculine was made aware of what the karmic was doing, he was able to trace the other problems in his life back to her. That the karmic was the one who pretty much caused it. Oh, sorry, you guys. I keep on hitting the camera. Next, you have the King of Wands. Ooh, look what's on the back. Two of Cups. So, you have the King of Wands. I feel like what I'm hearing is declutter. This message, this reading has a lot of keywords that I want you guys to pay attention to and remember. Declutter. That's what I'm hearing with the King of Wands. I feel like recently people have been looking at the divine masculine, and when I say people, I mean his friends and family, those who are actually around him. They have been looking at the King of Wands, or looking at the divine masculine, as if he's out of his mind, as if he's out of control. Why is that? It's because the divine masculine has been blasting everyone, cutting off friendship, cutting off communication from some of his friends and family. He's angry. He's angry at everyone who partook and fell for this karmic's manipulation. He's been in the grumpiest mood, okay? He has not been himself at all. He's angry. He's angry that he got played, deceived for so long. In clarity of the King of Wands, you have the Nine of Wands. He's all alone right now. He's all alone. He doesn't want to deal with anybody. And if you try to talk to him, he's going to hurt your feelings. Okay? Even if you didn't do anything to him, he's going to project. Because he's so angry. So much of his time and his energy has been wasted. Next, you have the Emperor. I'm very happy that the Emperor came out, because the Emperor is saying that very soon he will come out of that frustration and he will try to correct his wrongs and take responsibility. I really see the divine masculine trying to resolve issues that he has with people, especially you. I see him, the Emperor is someone who's very responsible. This is someone who's very dominant, powerful. The divine masculine is finally going to step into his divine masculine energy. Does that make sense? Because this person has not been acting like a divine masculine. They've been manipulated and abused and misused. They have not stepped into their rightful position. But finally they will with this Emperor, taking care of their responsibilities, taking accountability. Next, you have the Five of Wands. Actually, let's talk about this Two of Cups, because the Two of Cups was on the back of this deck as we were talking about the King of Wands. And the Two of Cups is beautiful. This is requited love. This is mutual love. Two people who are genuinely wanting to be with each other. This is him wanting to exchange his cup, his love, with yours. And do you guys notice, this is actually my first time noticing this, do you notice this mess that's here on the grass? It's like we made it, even though we've been through a lot, even though it's been chaotic, we made it. Next, you have the Five of Wands, the World, Queen of Pentacles, so the Five of Wands is really commotion. It's commotion that's going to happen pretty soon, is what I'm hearing. It's going to hit you, Divine Feminine. It's going to hit you very hard, okay? And it's going to be a surprise. You're not going to see it coming. You're not. In clarity of the Five of Wands, you have the World. So you are going, I feel like you're going to be resisting the divine masculine, because you have been detaching. I feel like even if the love is still there, it's hurt you so much. This journey has really changed you. And it's like you just want to escape it. Even though the love is there, you just want to escape it. Sometimes when you think about all that you've been through, you ask yourself, why should I? Why should I stay in this? In clarity of the Five of Wands, you have the Queen of Pentacles. You're going to have a big decision to make, because I feel like the divine feminine has been waiting for this to happen, to the point where when it does happen, she may not be as interested. But I see you guys resisting. And that's what's going to make the divine masculine explode. Like, the divine masculine is not going to want to take a no from you. Okay? I feel like the divine masculine will even try to bring other people into this to persuade you. Remember, the divine masculine has learned how to manipulate, and he's learned it from the karmic. Next, you have the Ten of Wands, representing burdens. Someone is still carrying some stress, baggage from the past, unwilling to forgive or let go. Knight of Swords, Temperance. Yeah, this is you having a hard time forgiving the situation and healing. Even here with the Knight of Swords, I feel like you're going to be very hurtful. You know, but I feel like this is just an expression of the pain that you've endured in this connection. Next, you have the Temperance, a lack of balance, because the Temperance is clarifying the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands representing burdens, you know, feeling like, you know, you're carrying some weight from the past, and you're losing control of the situation. You're losing balance. The Temperance is all about balance and harmony. Clarify the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like this is also a warning message for you. Like, for some reason, it went from the divine masculine and now we're talking about you. I know this reading is just supposed to be for the divine masculine, but I can't control it. And perhaps, you know, this is just how the reading is meant to go, to help the divine feminines prepare for this. Lastly, you have the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like you're going to resist this person, and you're going to choose to continue your journey by yourself, even though deep down your heart will tell you that it's the wrong thing to do. Next, you have the Four of Wands. I see you trying to persuade yourself that that is what you want, independence and freedom from this person. But I see you having a hard time feeling that true fulfillment, feeling truly happy. I see you having a hard time doing so. Next, you have the Queen of Wands. Very revengeful. Is that even a word? Very revengeful, pretty much. That's how you're going to feel. Wanting to hurt this person so that they will feel all the hurt that they went through. That you went through, I mean. So that they will feel all the hurt that you went through, Divine Feminine. I see you being very, very cold to this person. But I feel like it's just you expressing how tired this entire situation has made you. To the point where when it finally happens, when the reunion finally happens, you won't even be as excited. So, I really hope that this reading helps you guys. I know this group of Divine Masculine and Divine Feminines, it's hard. It's very hard. I know how you're feeling. And my advice is, your feelings are valid, Divine Feminine. But always remember that no matter what they do, you should do the right thing. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember that this is general, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you're interested in a private reading, you're welcome to visit my website. I offer a variety of private readings of all prices. The link to my website is in the description box. Also, please like, comment, and subscribe to support my channel. Thank you guys so much. Please be safe out there.